Hello, one and all, and welcome to the lovely tropical pleasure planet of Risa. I was granted some shore leave from my post at 10 Forward for a little rest and recreating, which, like most people going to a tropical resort solo, will likely result in over-intoxication of sweet sugary drinks, striking out while trying to seek Jamaharon with a sexy local, followed by further intoxication concluded by waking up in a corner of the room in the fetal position covered in vomit and tears. My vacations are fun. We are here at Risa for a very specific reason. By your 21st century Terran calendar, it is the holiday known as Valentine's Day, an ancient sacred festival celebrating capitalism, consumerism, and emotional shaming of those who have not found romantic partners for this holiest of days. Yes, it is Valentine's Day, which is perfect for our purposes, as the next chapter in our Star Trek cocktail book is Chapter 3, Holodeck Honeymoon, Romantic Cocktails. Very quickly, for those who might not know what is happening here, this here Star Trek cocktail book contains 8 chapters, each containing 5 Star Trek themed cocktails each. So far, we've gone through 2 of these chapters, and now we continue our journey of making these cocktails, trying them, giving them my personal rating, and then playing some Star Trek trivia. After each drink, I'll attempt to answer 10 Star Trek trivia questions correctly all in a row. For each correct answer, I get to take a sip of my drink, which is a reward, because as soon as I get any question wrong, I have to chug the remainder of my drink then and there. And then we move on. Disclaimer time. I am an adult of legal drinking age who knows his limits. More or less. I do not condone underage drinking, nor do I recommend trying this at home, as this is for entertainment purposes. I actually didn't give a disclaimer last time we did this, so I feel like I owe another one. I am an adult of legal drinking age who knows his limits. I do not condone underage drinking, nor do I recommend trying this at home. This is for entertainment purposes. Okay, we are ready to go, so cozy up to your significant other, or if you're singling and mingling, grab and display your Horga'hns proudly, not an innuendo, and let's make some delicious romantic drinks while we enjoy this rising sunset and celebrate Star Trek and love. Or bitter loneliness? Shut up, I'm fine. And we start our romantic journey with the Q-Pid. Q may be a godlike being from an extra-dimensional plane of existence, but all matters human have a certain charm for him. Perhaps our follies reveal us the most, and in the realm of love, what follies are beyond us? Q once tested Picard's capacity for love, and this cocktail will get you in the mood to explore its mysteries too. Cupid-style drinks come in many forms, as Cupid has costume changes. As many forms as Q has costume changes, so there are many chances to fall in love with this cocktail. Okie dokie. Combine the ingredients in a cocktail shaker and dry shake without ice. That doesn't quite make that much sense, being that if you're shaking without ice, you literally just have liquid. Whatever. Okay, we have 1.5 ounces of cherry liqueur. Smells like cough syrup. And tastes like it too. 4 teaspoons of vodka. Would you settle for a splash? No. We're being scientific about it. I always do my best to follow instructions. Well, it's definitely a splash of vodka because I'm splashing all over the place. I hope that was 4. I wasn't counting. An egg white. Yummy. For the longest time, egg white in drinks never made sense to me, but they do foam up rather nicely to give the drink some nice flair. So I get it. Also protein to bump you up. And then my ingredients in the cocktail shaker and dry shake, even though there's nothing but liquid in here. I think this is for the foaming thing. Minimal effort this time. Why are you leaking? Nor. Why are you leaking? Crap. Drink number 1, I'm already making a mess. I can't open this now. What a great start to this. Oh, come on. No. Great start to this. I just wanted to check the foam. This is the type of crap I expect like 4 or 5 drinks in. Not so early, so what a great sign. Then wet shake with ice. Again, I don't know if I don't know if the terminology is really that accurate, but hey, you gotta call it something, right? I prefer the terms shake with ice and shake without ice. Okay, please don't leak. I don't know how I'm gonna get this open. Shaker's wet and sticky. My hands are wet and sticky. I guess that's ultimately what you want out of a romantic night, but not so soon. All right, there we go. Cold. Okay, hold on. You didn't see anything. Come on. Okay, there we go. Oh, yep, it's very foamy. It does say after the wet shake, this will produce better foam. Pour into a coupe. Does that just say fancy French way of saying cup? No, that's a joke. Okay, stop. Seriously, stop leaking all over the place. This looks gross. Why is it that color? The cherry liqueur looked like, I don't know, maroon more than red. Okay, I am washing my hands after this. Oh no. Especially, I should probably wash my hands now considering the next ingredient. But for garnish, draw a heart or flower or Starfleet Delta on top with raspberry powder. Well, I'm sure somewhere in a proper liquor store there's actual, like, very intense red raspberry powder. I could not find that because I do not have a proper liquor store near me, other than Bevmo. Bevmo's been very disappointing lately. So this here is raspberry Jello powder. There's going to be no artistry to this whatsoever. Oh, ooh, actually it's coming out quite red when you sprinkle it on the foam. Okay. That is a far better Delta than I thought I was going to make. Unfortunately, I can't remove the camera to show you, but it's not too bad. This, on the other hand, this sucks. Whatever. Well, I learned my lesson for the next time we do this. Have a wet towel nearby. Everything's just sticky and gross. This sucks. All right, screw it. Here we go. No! Stop spilling. Cheers. Still smells like cough syrup, though. This is a disaster. But this is a good drink. At least the disaster is being complemented by the fact that this is a yummy drink. Okay. Yeah, it's far yummier than I thought. Far better than I thought it was going to be, considering the color. It's supposed to be a bright, vibrant red per the book, but as we now have well established, my ability to match the look of the cocktails against the book is negligible. Okay. Yeah, it's not overly sweet. A lot of good, like, cherry flavor. Duh. Can't taste the egg because it's just in foam form now. The powder does help. In fact, if I ever make this again, I'm going to try and remember to rim it with the powder too. That'll make it a little sweeter. Anywho, I'm going to give this a nice solid 3 out of 5 Scotties. This was a solid drink. 3 out of 5 Scotties. Seriously, this is what the table is supposed to look like after 5 drinks, not 1. Oh, baby. Okay, and I have to touch my mouse too? Alright, same website as before. We are continuing where we left off. Alright, here we go. What elite group of cadets did Wesley Crusher join at the Academy? Nova Squadron, Neutron Squad, Nova Squadron, Neutron Squad, Legacy Squad, Alpha Squadron. I am pretty sure that is Nova Squadron. Alright, awesome. 1 down. What Deep Space Nine character is a Trill symbiont? Is a Trill? I guess this kind of makes sense. Odo, Quark, Dax, Worf. A Dax. Who puts Picard and the Enterprise crew on trial in Encounter at Farpoint? How appropriate. Q, the Archons, the Paw Wraiths, Klingon High Council. Appropriately, Q. Thanks for the drink, Q. Even though it's sticky as hell. Who serves as ship's cook aboard Voyager? Neelix, Kess, B'Elanna Torres, Harry, Kim. Neelix. Which former co-star had a long-standing feud with William Shatner? Leonard Nimoy, James Doohan, Nichelle Nichols, George Takei. I feel like there are moments of time where he was feuding with literally everyone on that list, but historically and famously, it's always been George Takei. Which character owns a bar on Deep Space Nine? Alright, this happened last time. I felt like the questions were getting a little too easy, so I hope they kick up a notch. Miles O'Brien, Quark, Odo, Benjamin Sisko. The answer is Quark. Who is Data's brother? Dorn, Lore, Rock, Borg. Lore. Whose cover version of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds was voted worst massacre of a The Beatles song ever in May 2003? William Shatner, Jonathan Frakes, Nichelle Nichols, Leonard Nimoy. I personally have never heard this, but I'm pretty sure I know who did this. The same guy who has done a variety of speaking covers of popular songs, including Rocket Man and Bohemian Rhapsody. And that is one William Shatner. Will I listen to it after this? Probably.
A girl with kaleidoscope eyes.
What was the name of Spock's betrothed in the episode Amok Time? To Pow, to Paul, to Puck, to Pring. My mouse is so sticky. The answer is to Pring, who is now a pretty amazing character in Strange New World, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of her. All right, I think that was 9, which makes this number 10, and I already know I'm going to get this right. So this was a very easy series of questions. What is the name of Worf's son? Actually, funny story. I literally just watched Reunion to finish off my work day. So right before this, I watched the episode introducing Worf's son. Alexander, Korath, Ch'pak, William. Alexander. All right, that was unfortunately a little too easy. It's hard to show off my Star Trek knowledge when this is very basic stuff, but thankfully that means I get to finish my drink casually and I get to wash my hands. So, I don't even know if I can snap right now. Ow! We're gonna do this Quinn style. Okay, now we have Worf's smooth move. Most Klingons need a stiff drink sometimes, especially when romance is in the air. The rum in this drink evokes the spirit of adventure, and the prune juice speaks to the warrior in all of us. Prunes have many beneficial properties, and also help you to keep regular among the highly irregular challenges of space. Garnish with a pineapple spear, if you find it too hard to carve a pineapple batleth. Both, actually. I just have pineapple chunks, so I lose on both cases. Alright, here we go. Now that my table looks like a Rorschach test, why does it look like my parents are disappointed at me? Alright, here we go. Combine the ingredients in a shaker with ice. We have 1 fluid ounce of white rum, which I forgot to pour. 2 fluid ounces of pineapple juice. 2 fluid ounces of prune juice. I figured it'd be more like purple. This is like maroon. Honestly, I've never had prune juice before, so... Not bad. Actually, that's pretty good. Damn, Worf has taste. He also has to be the most regular officer in all of Starfleet. Come on. A tablespoon of lemon juice. I left my full tablespoon thingy downstairs, so 2 halves it is. 1, 2. 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Open. What? Oh, Jesus. struggle is real tonight. 1 ounce of gum syrup. I also forgot to pour that. This is going to be a sweet as hell drink. From gum syrup to multiple things of fruit juice. And also, for a drink devoted to Worf, it's very weak. 1 ounce of rum and that's it. Actually, both of these drinks have been fairly weak so far tonight. Honestly, this might be the theme of the romantic drinks. I don't know. All sugar, nothing else. Muddled fresh ginger also to taste. I don't know what my taste of ginger is. Also, I've never, like, sliced ginger for anything. I've only, like, grated it for food. So, this is me muddling the ginger. Ooh. As someone who doesn't like the taste of ginger, it smells divine. Okay, here we go. Please don't leak this time. Test. Okay, we're good. Alright. Be gentle. Be gentle. Ugh. Be gentle. Okay, good. Serve with a pineapple spear. Again, don't have spear, have chunks. So I realized I forgot to fill this thing up with ice, but I think we should be okay. Almighty Q, please watch over me. Okay. Oh my god. Is this too full? I don't know. Is this too full? Woo! Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. This looks more like a beer. This looks more like a stout. Or actually, it looks like a iced coffee drink, like an iced latte. Oh, crap. Shoot. For extra romance, coat the glass rim with sugar by blah, blah, blah. Totally forgot to do that, but I do have sugar here, so... Not the worst way in the world to do this. Okay. And once again, my hands are sticky as hell. Oh well. Okay. Here we go. Worf's iced latte. All right, Worf's smooth move. Worf's smooth move. Here we go. That's a lot of flavors. That's a lot of flavors going on in there. Oh, I just realized that ginger's in here. It's muddled. I think that's the point. There's a lot going on here. Okay. Just to make sure I wasn't just drinking all foam. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Shocker. Very tropical. The pineapple definitely overpowers the prune juice. Not that the prune juice is like a strong non-tropical flavor. It surprisingly is, so they pair really well together. But yeah, with all this going on, there is only 1 ounce of rum in here, so this is a very weak drink. Semi-virginal, I would say. I think I got a chunk of ginger. I want to give this a 3.5 Scotties. It is better than the first one, but I don't know. I feel like I would have given it a 4 had there been more rum in there. Uh-oh. For science. Yeah. In honor of Worf, I'm making this stronger. I mean, still not a heck of a lot. Maybe I bumped it up to, at most, 2 ounces of rum. But yeah, I personally would have made it a little stronger, which helps complement the... Again, it's not overpoweringly sweet, but there's so much tropical flavors going on. It's like, well, you need a little bit of a kick. So Now, I'm giving it a 4. Scotty's. When it's stronger. 3.5 weaker, 4 stronger. Alright, and my hands are ridiculously sticky again. But here we go. Trivia time. Which of the following is a Klingon insult? Oh no. Oh god. Why'd I add the rum? Why did I add the rum? Kinaga? The block, whatever. Parmak, nope. Takta. I don't know. It's not Parmak. That's like love. Finding Parmak in all the wrong places. I feel like I've said that before in these videos. Yeah, I have no idea. Kinaga, the block, Dakta. For some reason, that one feels the most familiar. Oh, you know why it sounds familiar? Because it kind of sounds like. Wait, hold on. Dakte. Oh, that, yeah. So that's like the first part of to be, not to be. Dakta, right? Dakbe. To be, not to be. So, not that one either. I'm gonna go not that one. Okay, Kinaga and Deblock. I kind of want to say Deblock just because it kind of has the word block in there, and I feel like it's the Klingon version of calling someone a blockhead.
Oh, you blockhead!
Why is Patak not on here? I know Patak. That is an insult. They say it all the time. I didn't even know there were other Klingon insults. I'm sure there's numerous, but the one they use the most is Patak. Ah, oh, fudge. Alright, I'm going to block. God. Why'd I have to add more? And also why... See, that's why I don't say anything about the easy questions, because I get 10 in a row right with the itty bitty drink. And here we go, question number 1 on the big ass drink, and I'm probably about to chug it. The block. Oh! Thank God. The block is a Klingon insult, though the exact meaning is unclear. Don't care. In Mud's Women, what was the name of the pill the women took to stay beautiful? Eros drug, Eve drug, Aphrodite drug, Venus drug? Eros drug implies falling in love, right? Because Eros, isn't that like the goddess of love? I don't know. Eve drug. One of the women was named Eve, so I'm gonna... Aphrodite drug or Venus drug? I'm gonna say Venus drug because I think Venus is usually associated with beauty. Like, I'm your Venus, I'm your fire. That's where my mind went. Leave me alone. I'm a little bit more confident about this one, and I did recently rewatch the original series, and I don't remember any. Yeah, I'm gonna say Venus drug. Whew. What quadrant is home to the Founders? Beta quadrant, Gamma quadrant, Delta quadrant, Alpha quadrant. The answer. Oh, I haven't been taking my drinks. And they're gonna be big ones, because this is gonna kill me. I want some sugar. And Gamma quadrant. Yep, I made it stronger, all right. There it is. In Mirror Mirror, how do Kirk, McCoy, Scotty, and Uhura end up on an alternate universe Enterprise? Klingon retrovirus, ancient glowing stone ring, wormhole, transporter malfunction. In Mirror Mirror, one of my favorite episodes. You know it back and front. And the others just don't make sense. Transporter malfunction. Duh. Ding, ding, ding. Who was originally cast as Counselor Troy? Majel Barrett Roddenberry, Denise Crosby, Marina Sirtis, Gates McFadden. The answer is Denise Crosby. Apparently, both Denise Crosby and Marina Sirtis were cast in each other's roles, essentially. So Denise Crosby was cast as Troy, and Marina Sirtis was cast as someone Hernandez or something. I don't know. And literally at like the 11th hour, Gene Roddenberry is like, you know what? Why don't you guys switcheroo? And thus, Martinez, Hernandez, whatever, was renamed to Tasha Yar, and Marina Sirtis, of course, settled into the Counselor Troy role. So Denise Crosby. These Crosby was originally kind of Marina Sturgis was cast as Security Chief Lieutenant Macha Hernandez. Okay. In the city on the edge of forever, who is Dr. McCoy treating when he accidentally injects himself with an overdose of Corzine? Sulu, Edith Keeler, Kirk, Spock. The answer is Sulu. Who replaced Dr. Crusher in the second season of Star Trek The Next Generation? Dr. Marcus, Dr. Phlox, Dr. Blasky, Dr. Bashir. The very, very underrated Dr. Blasky. What never appears on Enterprise schematics? Oh. Bathrooms, turbo lifts, food replicators, weapon systems. Very old joke. Bathrooms. Well, hold on. Ooh, could this be a trick question? Bathrooms are never shown in Star Trek, for the most part. Uh-oh, this might be a trick question. Because there is technically a bathroom attached to the bridge of the Enterprise D. You got the back left door that goes to the observation lounge, but if you're walking out of the observation lounge from that door, directly in front of you, there's another door. No one ever uses it. But according to a schematic, it's a bathroom. So, I know I'm pre-making excuses, but I feel like this could be a not so accurate answer where if I say bathroom and it's not a bathroom, then it's playing on the joke that there's no bathrooms in Star Trek. But that's technically incorrect because there is one attached to the bridge of the Enterprise D. But if I say, I guess I'm going to say food replicators because when I think of schematics, I think of like a layout of locations. Turbo lifts are a location, bathrooms are a location, weapon systems, you see the inner workings of some of the weapon systems. So I'm going to say food replicators. I don't like this. Do I play to the joke and say bathrooms, or do I continue to think about this logically and say food replicators? Which, again, I know food replicators could be on a schematic, but I'm thinking of like the cross-section of the ship that they show from TNG onward. And it's not like there's ever anything saying, boom, food replicators right here. And they're like in every single quarters. So, and there's no way they're going to show that because they don't show every single. Okay, enough nerding out. I'm going to say food replicators. If I'm wrong, I won't be happy, but I'll accept my punishment. I won't be happy about it, but I will accept my punishment. You son of a... Bathrooms. Okay, again, I will accept my punishment, but future me, please present a schematic of the Enterprise D bridge highlighting the location of the bathroom. But I am a good sport. I will accept my punishment. I really wish I did not muddle the ginger in here because I'm probably going to drink it. To bathrooms? I don't know. Yes, to bathrooms, because this question was a piece of shit. Ooh, so many intense flavors down there. Close enough. I'm done. Woo! Piece of shit that deserves to be flushed. Alright, onward. Drink number 3. Mind-Meld. The Vulcans may not be famous for their romantic side, but they do know a lot about two becoming one, as the ancient art of the Mind-Meld shows. You don't have to study Vulcan mysticism or even place your fingers on someone's face to experience the shared joy of this cosmically consensual, very important, cocktail. A dash of flower syrup will add to the mind-blowing effect, within logical parameters, of course, perfect for smoothing out that lover's tiff and bringing minds and hearts back together. Okie dokie. I'm enjoying the relative ease of all these recipes where it's literally just put everything in a shaker. I'm always okay with that. I put everything in a shaker with ice and shake, and that consists of 2. I got it. 2 tablespoons of vodka. Another weak drink, by the way, as you'll see. 2 teaspoons of cherry liqueur. 2. I feel like the theme of tonight is everything that should look red or purple just looks brown. Is that a statement on love? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Oh yeah. 2. 3. And 2 teaspoons of flower syrup. Rose, hibiscus, or elderflower. Okay, again, because I go to Bevmo, I was thoroughly disappointed, but they didn't have flower syrup, but they had flower water. And so I have rose water. I'm not sure if the syrup is just thicker than the flower water or is sweeter, but I'm just gonna use this because I think the whole purpose is to get a very floral taste. And I think this will fit that bill. So 2 teaspoons. I don't think there's anything blocking this. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Nothing. It just wasn't coming out. Well, I've removed the stopper, so here we go. 2. Time to shake it up. Airtight. Yay. There we go. I'm scarred. Not gonna lie. Pour into a huge wine glass and top it up with champagne. Once again, I forgot the ice. I might steal some from the shaker. See, everything just comes out brown. Okay. This will probably be a disaster as well, but let's get some ice in there. Yeah, all of it. Wait, that's it? Okay. Well, that makes sense for this final step. And top off with champagne. Pre-opened, of course. You think I'm going to open a bottle of champagne live on camera the way tonight's been going? Bad chance. I'm glad I have all the ice here because this is actually room temperature champagne. Okay. This actually has some potential of looking somewhat red. Assuming it gets a little redder, less maroon color the more champagne I add. But I dare not add any more champagne until at least we try it first. Again, none of these drinks are coming out in the proper vibrant shades of red or purple or just colors in general that the book is displaying. And I think it's because my cherry liqueur of choice, it says cherry liqueur, so it's accurate. It just is brown AF. Garnish with berries or edible flowers on top. It does say raspberries. I could have swore I had raspberries, but alas, I actually have blueberries. But close enough. Drink romantically with 2 straws. Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely. I might have put too much champagne in there because it tastes like fruity champagne, like a rosé champagne, which is not bad by any means. So this is one of those open-ended drinks where it's like, oh, top off with whatever or do something to taste. It's like, well, I don't know when to stop topping things off. I don't have any taste, at least professional taste. So this ranking is going to be specifically on how I made it, and I made it likely very incorrectly. That being said, I can specifically taste the cherry liqueur, so it's not like I diluted it too much, but it does just taste like cherry champagne. And I get a lot. I do get the floral. I definitely do get the floral. So maybe I did do it right. But either way, I'm going to give this 3 Scotties. Yeah, it's about on par with the Q-Pid. Not bad by any means. Not amazing, but it's on the good side, the good end of the spectrum. Okay, here we go. Trivia time. Here we go. Why did Worf's prosthetic forehead change in season 2 of Star Trek: The Next Generation? He evolved. The original prosthetic was stolen. Producers decided to soften the character. The original took too long to apply. If memory serves, I remember reading or hearing that it was stolen. Yes. Apparently a couple things were stolen after TNG Season 1. So the original forehead of Worf, but then also the original captain's chair was stolen off the set. Which is why in the first season, the 3 command chairs look identical, but then from season 2 onward, Captain Picard has his slightly more robust captain's chair with the large armrests and the panels. The Enterprise D captain's chair that we all know and love from season 2 onward is because the original captain's chair also got stolen. In Mirror Mirror, who tries to assassinate Captain Kirk? Chekhov, Scotty, Uhura, Spock. The answer is Chekhov. And in typical fashion, I continue to forget to take my victory sips. So, for the captain's chair. And for this one. You know, in a weird way, I almost feel obligated to add more champagne because, yeah, this cherry flavor is actually getting a bit intense. But, you know what? I'm leaving it be. We're in. And I learned my lesson last time about adding more booze. In Mirror Mirror, that's 3 Mirror Mirror questions this round, or this video. In Mirror Mirror, who does Captain Kirk find waiting in his bed? Lieutenant Uhura, Marlena Moreau, there we go. Carol Marcus, Janice Rand. The answer is Marlena Moreau. Just a little, just a little, just a little. Just a little, just a little. That cherry is just so intense. And the florality, is that a word? The florality of this is just way intense. In Klingon mythology, what monster guards the gates of Grethor? Ooh. What is Grethor? Is that part of Sto-vo-kor? No, Grethor's the Klingon hell, right? I don't know. Valkyris, Kvach, Fechler, Bael. Once again, leave it to the Klingon question to trip me up. This one, not a clue. Like, it's not Valkyris. Valkyris is the Klingon woman who gave Commander Krug the Genesis tape in the beginning of Star Trek 3. So it's not her. Once again, I got 3 options that, to me, it could be any of them. I don't know this. Okay, what sounds more like a monster? That's what I'm going to go. Kvach, Fechler, Bala. I kind of want to say Bael. It doesn't sound like a threatening monster. The threatening monster name would be the other 2. Kvach, that sounds like a threatening monster. Fechler, that kind of sounds like a Klingon name, to be honest. But Bael, I kind of want to say Bael, only because I feel like that's a very similar to a mythological creature. I could be wrong. And just because, like, you got to pull inspiration from wherever you can get. Star Trek loves to pull things from other legends, other mythologies. So I kind of want to say Bael. I'm not even sure that the creature I'm thinking of from mythology is actually called Bael or something even remotely close, but I'm going to go with it just because, I don't know, first thought. I have no idea for these. I have no idea, so I feel a chug coming. Yarp. And once again, what did I do? I added more booze. Why did I do that? Okay, then what is it? No. Feckler. Okay. Feckler was a monstrous feral Klingon, okay, who was believed to guard the gates of Grethor.
You are not Fecklar. But I am.
Okay. Good thing I have my handy dandy chug straw. I can already feel the sugar hangover happening because it's just been, everything's been so sweet. To Klingon hell, because that's where I am right now. In a weird twist of fate, I think the extra champagne really helped this. It's so sweet. Oh, it's so sugary. It's so sweet. Ugh. Ugh. And it's bubbly. That doesn't help either. Sweet and bubbly. Oh. In my intro, I was joking about becoming over-intoxicated on sugary sweet drinks and curling up in the fetal position in the corner of a room covered in vomit and tears, but I might be predicting my future. Onward! Hey, drink number 4. Yes, pretty sure. Heaven of 9. Everyone please join me for the 7 of 9 salute. Thank you. This elegant, distinctive cocktail is as cool and impressive as the Borg enhanced 7 of 9. Like the sometime Voyager crew member and sometime Voyager crew member. She was all-time when she joined the crew. I didn't write it. Like the sometime Voyager crew member and Fenris Ranger, this concoction commands respect and is bound to make an impression when ordered on a first date, where she will twist your shoulder or dislocate your shoulder, either way. Based on the classic White Lady, a favorite drink of spies and detectives, it has a certain mystique that goes well with the enigmatic 7. After a tough day working for the collective, you are bound to rediscover your human side after one of these and realize that where romance is concerned, resistance is useless. Okay, once again, place all the ingredients in a shaker. I like that, nice and simple. Where we have 1 3/4 fluid ounces of gin, therefore an incredibly filled shot glass. That's the best I'm doing. I am not adding more this time. 1 tablespoon of, I can never pronounce this, Cointreau. I apologize to all of France and Quebec. Cointreau. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Another egg white. I swear to God, if I do vomit tonight, it's going to be because of sugar and raw eggs and not because of booze. Okay, and shake it all up. Again, not a paranoia. Okay, good. Woo! 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 So cold. Oh, so cold. That's when you know it's ready. Okay, garnish with a lemon peel. I'm not good at peels, so here's the twist instead. Here's the twist. Oh, God. It's leaking. Not really. It's overflowing. I don't know what this is. This is gross. Fucking egg whites, man. This looks wrong. This just looks wrong to me. This looks more like a certain type of donation than a drink. This still looks very wrong to me. Again, this looks nothing like the book. The book, it's supposed to give like a just slightly yellowish tint, like a Vesper Martini. No, this completely looks like something else. Like milk. It looks like I'm drinking milk. And if anyone says otherwise, shame on you. Well, got milk. Did I skip something? That's not good. This is not good. Oh. Did I do something wrong? Did the gin, which is all I'm tasting, not gonna lie. Did a tablespoon of the orange liqueur. I feel like there should be more of that. I really feel like there should be more orange liqueur because I'm just straight up tasting gin. Did the lemon juice, egg white, and the garnish. This just tastes like I'm drinking diluted gin. Like I shook up gin with an egg white and that's that. This isn't good. No. I'm gonna say it, this is the very first drink of this entire book that I'm just like, no, this is a bad drink. Everything else beforehand has either ranged from just decent to amazing. I've never had a bad drink out of this book until now. I take back my 7 of 9 salute. You do not deserve it. Which makes the next part of this even more painful because whether it's chugging or taking victory sips, I just don't want to drink this, period. Is it the gin? Did I choose the wrong gin? Like, oh, you know what? I do have Tanqueray gin, which is 47.3%, which is 7.3% stronger than usual gin. So once again, this might be on me, but even so, even if it was a lesser intense gin, there's no other flavors happening right now. So I don't think I would enjoy it even more. And it just does not help that it absolutely looks like this. I'm gonna give it a half a Scotty. Because I feel like 0 Scotties would be like, I'm not drinking this and I'm gonna pour it down the drain immediately. At least a half a Scotty means I would pour it down the drain, but I have some Star Trek trivia drinking game questions to do. So let's do it. Very reluctantly. This is gonna be painful either way. There we go. What unproduced Gene Roddenberry series eventually became Star Trek the Motion Picture? Star Trek Phase 2, Earth, Final Conflict, Genesis 2, Star Trek The New Voyages. The answer is Star Trek Phase 2. There's a book I need to get. It's all about the production history leading up to the motion picture, and it goes into detail about Phase 2, about how it was supposed to be a TV show where basically what we got for the motion picture was essentially going to be like the pilot episode, 2-parter of Phase 2. It had Decker, it had Ilea. It even had a different Vulcan should Spock or should Leonard Nimoy not want to return. And then Star Wars happened, and they're like, you know what? Movie. Not TV show. Movie. To Phase 2. Would have been neat. No. In the city, on the edge of forever, what organization does Edith Keeler run? West Harlem Community Kitchen, 21st Street Mission, Bowery Mission, St. Francis Soup Kitchen. The answer is 21st Street Mission. To Edith Keeler. You know, I've always considered it very weird, very odd, that Star Trek, a franchise about depicting a very optimistic vision of humanity, one that is mostly about pacifism. It's about pacifism and diplomacy. But it's always been interesting to me that the crux of The City on the Edge of Forever is the fact that Edith Keeler, if she convinced FDR to not FDR or Truman, I forget which, not drop the atomic bomb and just like seek peace, that leads to basically humanity's destruction. So a franchise that's all about peace, pacifism, diplomacy, and optimistic future is basically saying, oh yeah, we had to drop that bomb, otherwise we would all be dead. Food for thought. What actor died a month before? Oh, come on. Really? This question. What actor died a month before the release of Star Trek Beyond? Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Anton Yelchin. This is just in poor taste. This question is in absolute poor taste. To Anton Yelchin. An amazing talent was lost, and honestly, this should not be part of a Star Trek trivia website, so... website. Oh, yeah, also I'm right. Who complains about being drafted in Star Trek the Motion Picture? McCoy, Chekhov, Scotty, Sulu. The answer is McCoy. In simpler language, Admiral, they drafted me. God, this thing sucks. What grounded Starfleet vessel does Scotty discover on the planet Ultimate in Star Trek Beyond? See, that's how you do a Star Trek Beyond trivia question. USS Ajax, USS Essex, USS Daedalus, USS Franklin. The answer is the USS Franklin. My favorite bit of trivia about that is obviously the director of Star Trek Beyond is Justin Lin. His father's name, Justin Lin's father's name, he went by Frank Lin. So in the movie itself, you'll see that any visual representation of the USS Franklin, there's a very subtle space between Frank and Lin, and it's just an amazing call out to Justin Lin's father, Frank. So, to Frank Lin. What do the inhabitants of Gamma Trianguli 6 worship? Dr. McCoy, Klingons, a computer, the Enterprise. Unless this website has added Star Trek Prodigy questions, which I highly doubt, I'm going to say a computer. I'm going to say it's... I'm sorry, I do not remember the name of the computer from that episode of the original series where they worship a computer. Sorry, I'm the worst type of Star Trek fan. Yeah, there's that one episode where the people from that planet worship a computer. I don't remember the name of the planet, and I don't remember the name of the computer, but there is an episode where they worship a computer. And that's what I think this is. I don't think it's that episode of Star Trek Prodigy where the Enterprisians worship Starfleet and the Enterprise and get all the various things wrong. Live long and proper. I'm gonna go computer. If it's the what is that name? Just get your yelling at me out of your system right now. Whether it's your phone or your computer, just yell. Just yell the name right now. I'm sure I'll hear it through space and time somehow. The Apple. In the Apple, the crew of the Enterprise visits the Gamma Trianguli 6, a tropical planet whose primitive inhabitants worship an ancient computer called Vol. Oh, not the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of the other original series episode where the inhabitants of the planet worshipped a computer, and they reference it in the first season of Lower Decks. This one, the Apple, I remember a lot better, and I forgot that Val is a computer. Okay, I swear, sugar enhances intoxicity, because it's happening. Cheers. Yuck. If I get all 10 questions right, I'm not even finishing this drink. I'm pouring it out. Question number 7, so close. What Algerian-born actress plays Jayla in Star Trek Beyond? I apologize in advance. I always butcher her name. I'm gonna butcher all these names. I'm so sorry to all these people. Suad Masi, Sophia Botea, Zahia Dahar, Amal. Sorry. It's Sophia. I'm so sorry for butchering all of those names. Alright, thank you for this gimme question. What Star Trek character answers to the nickname Bones? Julian Bashir, Montgomery Scott, Benjamin Sisko, Leonard McCoy. Obviously, Leonard McCoy. drink this anymore. This is awful. What former transporter chief was later promoted to chief of operations on DS9? Miles O'Brien, Montgomery Scott, Odo, Worf. The answer is Miles O'Brien. What an example of absolutely wasted talent. Because O'Brien on Deep Space Nine was the wizard of fixing all things, and yet on the Enterprise D, they just stuck him in a singular room and said, just wait there and go like this when they tell you to. What a waste. Okay, question 10, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to be celebrating wholeheartedly because if I get this question right, I get to pour this shit out. Which character was the captain's yeoman aboard the USS Enterprise? Yoda Uhura, Carol Marcus, Janice Rand, Helen Noel. No, she was a science officer. Yes. That was a Christmas party thing. Blah, blah, blah. The answer is obviously Janice Rand. I got 10 questions right. I'm not even taking that victory sip. Yay! I've actually never been happier about getting 10 questions in a row because I want nothing to do with this. All right. Yeah. Next. Okay, grand finale time, if you haven't noticed. Alright, I expect nothing less than perfection after that last drink. I want 5 out of 5 Scotties. Anything lower is a disappointment after that last drink. I want pure perfection on this one, so let's go. This is Parmach on the beach. Even Klingons are sometimes in search of love, although not of the tender kind. This cocktail, with its warrior strength combination of vodka and peach schnapps, and cherry liqueur, by the way, will give any Klingon the courage to seek out a subtly fiery partner. Suitably fiery partner. Yes. Based on the Earth potion Sex on the Beach, its name evokes not just the joys of Parmach, but also the sensual delight of this most luscious of drinks. Parmach has been known to leave its participants in need of hospital care, so be prepared for an emergency medical pick-me-up after having too many of these. Oh, I'm already prepared for an emergency pick-me-up. I need to survive tomorrow. Load 2... Oh! Load 2 highball... It's for 2 people. That explains... Oh my god. That explains everything that I just pre-poured. Thank God. I don't know. Load 2 highball glasses with ice. Fill all the ingredients in a shaker. Okay, I completely botched the prep for this, not gonna lie, so I'm gonna do what I can to fill it in the shaker and then try to transfer it into my glass. I'm not going to promise drinking everything I put in here because, again, I feel like living tomorrow. But let's just proceed. But we're mixing all the ingredients in a shaker. Shocker, I know. So again, with the knowledge that this is for 2 people, I just hope that my shaker's big enough, not gonna lie. Okay, so the recipe itself is 3 ounces of cranberry juice. This isn't gonna fit. What am I doing? 3 ounces of pineapple juice. Yeah, this ain't fitting. 1.5 ounces of peach schnapps. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I mean, I could easily just grab like another glass and split it, but 1/2 ounce of cherry liqueur, or 1.5 ounces, I should say. And then 2¼ ounces of vodka. I don't think this shaker is handling that. I mean, tonight's already been enough of a shit show. Why the hell not? And then 2 tablespoons of lime juice, or lemon juice, of course. I don't know if you guys got a clear look at this, but this is what we're working with. This is filled to the absolute brim. In fact, even 2 tablespoons of lemon juice is probably going to push it over the edge. So. Oh my god. This has been the worst one yet. I thought the first one of this series was bad. No, this has been the worst one yet. Okay. So now we have a little bit of wiggle room. Have I apologized yet to all the bartenders out there who are just absolutely shaking their head and hate me? I don't. Okay, got a little dribble off the side. So that's why it says stir in a jug. Either mix ingredients in a shaker or stir in a jug with ice. I get the jug part now. Had to test it. Okay, garnish with cocktail cherries. Maraschino. I have maraschino. Nope. Strike one. Let's throw a second one in there. And or an orange slice. Well, I got that, so here we go. Whoop. And a sprig of mint. I assume that just means like a leaf or whatever, right? Here's a couple leaves. A little more. All right, boom. Woo! That's potent. Okay. This is the worst one yet. This is a pint glass and there's no ice in it. Oh my god. I assume that you all would forgive me if I don't chug this whole frickin' thing should I get it wrong, because I would die. I'll drink half of it because, again, this is meant for two, but we just filled up a pint glass full of booze with no ice. It's supposed to be split between two people, so. God, tonight has been something else. That's for sure. I don't even know. Here we go. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll tell you what, though. I am sick and tired of cherry liqueur. Was it 3 drinks that have cherry liqueur? I'm sick of that flavor. This isn't doing it for me. It's not bad by any means, but it's not something that I would ever go out of my way to have again. I'm gonna give it 2 Scotties. It's not that great. Maybe earlier in the night, before the show that you witnessed occurred, it might have ranked higher. But even after the god-awfulness that was the Heaven of Nine, I still don't think this is that good. It's far superior, don't get me wrong, but yeah, not for me. Yeah, 2 Scotties. Let's put an end to everyone's misery, and let's do some trivia. All right, here we go. Funnily enough, this is question 101. So up to this point, we have answered 100 Star Trek trivia questions in this series. I think that's kind of cool. All right. Which of the following characters was an Orion slave girl on Elba 2? Oh no. Marta, Miramani, Shauna, Dila. Okay. Out of process of elimination, I think I know this. Marta was the fellow prisoner in Rura Penthe that helped Kirk and Bones escape. Not her. Miramani. I know that name. We'll come back to you. Shauna. That's what I'm thinking. Dila was if I'm not mistaken, Dila was a previous Dax host.
No. Leela.
Miramani. I know that name. I can't remember where, but I know it has nothing to do with Orion. Doesn't matter. I know it has nothing to do with Orion. So, I'm going to go with Shauna because I assume this is all based on the episode in the 4th season of Enterprise where they go to the Orion slave trade and they have a couple Orion women on Enterprise that wreak havoc on the men, and that's when it's revealed that Orion women actually have this pheromone or this power over the men, so they're not the slaves, the men are the slaves. Anyways, I'm gonna say Shauna. But it is bugging me where Miramani comes from. I don't remember. But whatever. Okay, I'm going Shauna. No. Is it Dila? Okay. Miramani? Martia. Oh my god. What is this? The second video of this in a row where I brain farted on the name Martia?
I'll march you.
Marta was an Orion inmate at the Federation Asylum on Elba 2. She served as... Oh! She served as Garth's queen until he blew her to bits by demonstrating a new explosive. My Achilles heel. The original series is my Achilles heel. Well, now I really want to try and remember who Miramani and Shauna are. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Okay, again, because this is a drink that the recipe is for 2 people, I am only going to drink half of this. More or less. What a way to end it. First question on the final drink. Wow. Wow. Okay. It was nice knowing all y'all. I can't. I surrender. I surrender. Entertainment be damned. I can't do this to myself. I surrender. We surrender.
Captain, we surrender.
Let that be a lesson to y'all. Sugary drinks and chugging do not mix. In fact, sugary drinks and having 5 of them in a relatively short period of time does not mix. Like Worf, because I'm a man of honor, I'm at least gonna try. I can't. If I had a white flag, I'd wave it right now. Our first L? I guess you can call this the first L, the first loss of this series, but I'll take it. I self-preservation prevails. With that, there's nothing else to say, but thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with this craziness that happened tonight. Like, we were doomed from the get-go. After the way that first drink went down, just making it, we were just screwed immediately. But thank you nonetheless for sticking around. I hope you were entertained by this. Are you not entertained? But hey, every chapter I feel like is a new adventure. Every chapter has been different so far, so I can only imagine that it gets better from here, where the drinks are less sweet, less intensity in the sweetness. And also, hopefully, the recipes only call for 1 person to drink them. I'm okay with those. But everyone, again, thank you so much for bearing with me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, even if I didn't. But you're all amazing. I love you. Mwah. And I hope you all prosper in a long life. Live long and prosper. Adieu. That's half-ish. I'll take it. We're out.